Hey there everybody, my name is Micah Curtis, and normally as I start videos I do some sort of spiel about being a journalist, comic book writer, and things of that nature, right? But today is a little bit different. You see, I'm actually here today as a businessman, specifically as the co-owner of a new company. You see, I've been having something that's in the planning stages for a while now, and I'm really excited to finally announce what has been coming to fruition. I've been joined by some very good friends of mine to start up a brand new publishing company that we call GRINDSTONE ARTS. GRINDSTONE ARTS is, from here on in, the place where you're going to find the creative works of people such as myself and others who brought you books like 3 Nights, 4 Days, Inglewood, Peregrine, and more, bringing both the sleeveless comic book universe and the Reconstruction universe under the overall banner of GRINDSTONE ARTS. The great thing about it is that we're really looking forward to bringing you guys our talents and our ideas, but also without the underpinnings and trappings of the current mainstream industry that we all despise so much. No political posturing, no thinly veiled allegories about the cause du jour or anything along those lines. We're just aiming for pure storytelling bliss from people who are absolutely devoted to entertaining the audience. Now for us, everything that we're going to be doing is a labor of love, creating memorable characters that will remind all of us of days when writers actually cared about these sorts of things, when artists actually cared about these sort of things, where people lived to entertain their audiences and leave them with stories that they never forget. As such, we have several projects in development, and when I mean several. And all of them are at varying degrees of completion, some of which are already on crowdfunding platforms. Then there's also books that are almost ready to be on crowdfunding, and then those that are just starting their development process. So, let's go over a few of them. Let's see what we've got waiting for you guys in the chamber, huh? The Saint and Peregrine, Dark Night in the Windy City. The flagship heroes of the Sleeveless and Reconstruction universes come together to face down an infernal threat unleashed by a gang of voodoo psychos. Both heroes are about to face a type of enemy that neither of them imagined in their young careers, and will have to unite quickly to make sure that the Windy City does not burn once again. Human Shield Book 1, From the Ashes. When an infamous terrorist group from his childhood returns to prominence, the superhero known as Human Shield springs into action. Knowing the atrocities that they've committed in the past, he knows he must stop at nothing to see this terrorist group defeated, or else the tragedy of the bombing of Buenos Aires will simply repeat itself. 3 Nights, 4 Days, Part 2. After 3 Crusaders repelled the attacks of a demonic cult and infernal creatures of nightmare, Sir Roger Godfrey finds himself in a position where the source of the conflict is someone very dear to him. Hearts will be torn and flesh will be ravaged during the thrilling conclusion of the 3 Nights saga. The First Servant. 300 years after 3 Nights, 4 Days concludes, something sinister is going on within Wallachia. A former soldier known as Grigori Lupu has found himself transformed into both a murderer and a creature of the night. He hunts the very man he used to serve in Vlad Tepes, looking for both answers and an end to his tormented existence as a vampire. Project Lazarus. During the War on Terror, the United States found evidence of life beyond death and was horrified by it. In response to a potential demonic threat, they created 3 super soldiers underneath a CIA Black Ops program hidden in the Appalachian Mountains called Project Lazarus. The story follows codename Alpha, as he awakens from a coma to find that he is now the most powerful being on Earth and has to bear the responsibility of defending his country from the forces of hell. There's several other projects as well that are still very early on in development, as I mentioned earlier, such as a mecha comic called The Argonauts, a cyberpunk cop thriller with the tentative title of Neocropolis, an 80s action comedy throwback called Midnight Cowboy, and we'll of course see the return of Reconstruction's flagship character of Peregrine in the sequel to Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon, and then of course we will see the return of the Saint in his next book called City of Assassins. Now, why do we call ourselves Grindstone Arts? Well, we call ourselves Grindstone Arts because we believe that the best way for us to serve our customers is to always keep our nose to the grindstone. Ultimately, we want to put 100% of ourselves out there for you guys and put it into everything that we do, whether it's the creation of the comics or getting them out to customers. As such, we have restructured the way that we're going to be doing fulfillment of comic books when it comes to the crowdfunding portion of our business. For those of you who support us as early as you do, there will no longer be these super long waits for comic books. Simply put, once we receive the physical books, we will hope to have every single comic out the door and mailed within the hands of our customers within 1 month's time. On top of that, myself and my team will be endeavoring to make sure that we can maximize distribution to our customers in any way possible, including having different online storefronts and other options as well. With that said, as the head of Grindstone Arts, as the CEO and co-owner, I want to say that I hope everyone who sees this little announcement will support us going forward in whatever way you can. Because I do believe that if we set our nose to the grindstone, we'll be able to consistently bring you the kind of stories that you have wanted for so long. Do them quicker, do them better, and make sure that you guys are never short of good stories. So on that note, once again, I want to thank you all for watching this. My name is Micah Curtis, CEO and co-owner of Grindstone Arts. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to entertaining you.